Hello everyone. I hope you all are doing good, right? Okay, today we are going to discuss a new poem and the name of the poem is The Squirrel. Okay, The Squirrel is a very simple and interesting poem. Okay, before we are going into the poem, let's discuss something about the squirrel. What do you know about the squirrel first? You can see in this picture, this is a squirrel, right? So you must have seen the squirrel running around here and there and all over the trees, right? Usually where they will live? They will live in the trees, right? So the squirrel is a very loving and playful animals and it has a bushy tails like this. You can see in this picture, right? So these are the animals usually they are very naughty and fun loving. For example, if you try to catch the squirrel, what they will do? They will run from us, right? So they are usually very naughty. So in this poem, we get a description of squirrel by the poet. So in this poem, the poet explain about this squirrel, about his character, about his behavior and appearance. Okay, these are the points we are going to discuss in this. So before we enter into the poem, it's important to discuss something about the poet, right? So in the squirrel in the poem written by Mildred Bower Armstrong. Yeah, she is our author. You can see in this picture. So Mildred Bower Armstrong, she was born on May 22nd, 1897. She died in June 1969 at the age of 72, right? Okay, now let us move on to the poem, The Squirrel. Okay, first I'll read the lines. Listen carefully. He wore a question mark for tail, an overcoat of grey. He sat up straight to eat a nut, and he liked to tease and play. And if he ran around his tree, he went the other way, right? So let's start with the first line. He wore a question mark for tail. Okay, here he refers to the squirrel. So what does the poet say? The poet says that the tail of the squirrel is look like a question mark. Okay, for example, if you notice in this picture, you can see the tail of the squirrel is look like an question mark, right? So we move on to the second line, an overcoat of grey. So here the body of the squirrel is compared with the overcoat. For example, during the winter season, we used to wear the coat, right? So same, the poet says that the body of the squirrel is covered with the fur with the grey in color. So here the poet compared the squirrel body into the coat. So in this picture, you can see the body of the squirrel is grey in color, which is look like a coat, right? Okay, now see the third line. He sat up straight to eat a nut. Okay, we all know that the squirrel love to eat nuts, right? So one thing we have to notice, whenever we see the squirrel, we finding it's bending and running here and there, right? But while eating, have you noticed how the squirrel it will eat the food? So while eating the food, the squirrel maintaining the particular position, okay, that is the sitting position. You can see in this picture. Yeah, you can see how the squirrel is eating. While eating, is sitting and eating the nuts, right? Is it clear? This is the thing the poet explained in the third line. So now we'll move on to the fourth line. He liked to tease and play. Here the poet says that the squirrel loved to tease and play because, as I told you earlier, it is very fun-loving animal, right? So they like to tease and play. Now we'll see the last two lines. And if he ran around his tree, he went the other way. So in the last two lines, we find the human traits, right? Because here in the word we refers to the poet and his friends. So in the last two lines, the poet says that whenever the poet and his friends, they runs behind the squirrel to play or catch, it runs away, right? Because as I told you earlier, they are very fun-loving animal, right? If anyone tries to catch, it will change its way. Like this, the poem ends. So in this poem, the poet gave the overall description about the squirrel, right? So in the first line, his tail was compared with the question mark. In the second line, his body was compared with the overcoat. So in the third line, he said that while eating, the squirrel is maintaining the particular position, that is the sitting position. The last three lines, he said that these are the very fun-loving animal. If anyone tries to catch, they will change their way, right? Like this, the poem ends. I hope you all understood the poem. Thank you.